his limited interactions with the Guptas, as well as his views about the process of state capture. Treasury officials are also expected to testify. Gordhan earlier told the commission that there was never a relationship between him and the Guptas. Meanwhile, outside the venue, the EFF members and others remained resilient on their demonstration, calling for Gordhan to step down. For more on this, we now cross to our senior political reporter, Mzwandile Mbeje, who is at the commission. Mzwai, before we go into what we can expect today, what has been some of the highlights of Gordhan's testimony since Monday?
Thank you very much, Mahendra. The testimony of Minister Gordhan really has been to outline some of the processes that either may have been somehow flouted because people wanted to do things in a manner that is not legal. I think what he was doing, basically, he was setting out the stage to give an understanding as to what is it that may have led to this thing called state capture. I mean, he kept on saying in the early stages, whilst you could see that there were elements of state capture, but you couldn't really be able to determine then. So that is why he kept on saying, as you saw events happen, then you could start connecting the dots as to what exactly was happening. And you'd remember that the family that is really at the center of this, the Guptas, everyone was really curious as to what nature of interactions did Minister Gordhan have. And then he came out very clear, Mahendra, yesterday to say he had a very limited interaction with those. In fact, he never had a formal meeting with them. Let's take a listen.
There were repeated efforts to try to meet me or get me into a meeting, all of which either the office turned down or if I was informed about it, I turned down. So at no stage would I have entertained a meeting directly with the Guptas.
So, Mzwai, we also understand that former SARS Commissioner Tom Moyane will also appear at has asked to appear at the state inquiry, and he would like to cross-question Pravin Gordhan. What do you know about this?
Mahendra, remember when Minister Gordhan took the stand on Monday, the representative, the legal rep for Mr. Moyane was here at Dalimpofu, who basically said he was informed by the commission that his client would be implicated. So immediately they made it known that they would like to cross-examine Minister Gordhan after he has concluded his evidence. But it's not necessarily meaning it's going to happen now. So there will be a date, and the legal rep, Dalimpofu, would formally apply to the chairperson, and then the chairperson will probably decide to grant that request. So he is here, the lawyers, and then the process really to cross-examine many of the things that Minister Gordhan said will then begin. But perhaps even outside of this, from the other attorneys really representing Moyane, they've made it clear that they are keen to come to this commission, not only to cross-examine Minister Gordhan, but also to put their own version of events. Because for you to be able to be granted that privilege really to cross-examine someone, you must come up with your own version, so that your own version as well could be tested, could be interrogated. So we know that once this evidence has been concluded, in all likelihood, the reps of Tom Moyane would then put an application to cross-examine.
Well, thank you very much indeed for joining us, Mzwai. We'll hear from you later, I'm sure. That was Mzwandile Mbeje, our senior political reporter, who is at the State Capture Commission in Johannesburg.